Earplugs in, and what have we got here? This is the PE 30 E5. Bit of worm in this bit, but I was going to cut that off anyway. But so that's a bit of a split, but I think we can resin that. Anyway, let's see how it goes, and cut to the after clip. So that's set on 0.5. I'm presuming that's millimeters, and it's going to take off 0.5 mil. But I have no idea what the units are, but it doesn't look like it's going to take off very much. So, quick flyover on 0.5. It's taking a few little spots off, just along the edge. So that seems like it's not taking a massive chunk off anyway. So we'll see what happens next. So 5 minutes later, there's gradually coming along, and it's taken that off a bit. All right, so there's a little bit bumps between each pass kind of thing, but that's only sander will get that off. But nothing's weird has happened yet. There's no smoke, and it feels a bit more like the motor's a bit better on this one for some reason. It sounds a bit less different. It's not slightly warm after a few minutes, but barely noticeable really. Yeah. So we'll see. So after about 8 minutes of using it, one thing I've noticed is the depth gauge hasn't started creeping back to 0, because on the previous one I added these, don't know which model it was, but one of them, the actual knob kept vibrating around and sort of going back down to the 0 setting on the scale, which was a bit weird. But this one here doesn't seem to be doing that, so that's a good thing. A couple of minutes, it's done that so far. Ignore the woodworm, it's coming off. Another thing I've noticed is periodically I've been blowing the dust out, which seems to accumulate inside the drum where the blades are. Obviously this isn't plugged, well, it is still plugged in, but I wouldn't go fiddling with this while it's still on, but just blowing it out, because it seems to be building up a bit inside that drum. But just in case that's going to be a problem, I've been blowing that out ever so often. But so far, still going. Got a bit more. Here's an example of the build-up inside the drum. You can probably see that. Little chippy bits building up in there, which don't know whether they normally do that or not, but that's what it is. I'll get rid of that and carry on. Yep. So after about, I don't know, quarter of an hour or something, it's done about that much. Blown the dust out of the doodah, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, but the depth gauge hasn't changed, and it's about as warm as a lukewarm cup of tea on that bit, so that's alright. Nothing hideous going on in those bits, I don't think. Yeah, that seems to be alright. So, so far, seems to be alright. Let's just... Yep. So, I'm going to give it a cup of tea, just to relax, just in case it's needs to be used in little short bursts. So, cup of tea.